Hello there, Lumi Ray here, updating you guys. So a lot of you have been a little confused, so let me just break it down. I'm no longer shooting for mainstream companies, and I'm not really doing collabs. I'm just making content for you guys, just me, just doing my thing over here and focusing on the podcast. So I'm very appreciative for everyone who will continue and has continued to support me and stay and subscribe and leave their thoughts on all the platforms. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate you. Today I actually filmed two of probably my favorite episodes so far of the podcast. One will be pre-released on here, so you guys will get to see that. And then, the one. So I had my partner and my mom on, but did separate interviews. And it was really cool to not only, just sit with two people that I love and hear their thoughts and, in a weird way, get to know more about people that I thought I knew a lot about. And same with them, for me, or for them with me. And I feel like you guys are really going to like those ones. Learn a lot from those ones too. Especially, me and my mom, we got very vulnerable, and it's excited for that one. Let's see. I'm going to Cuba next week. Excited for that. Oh, I moved out of LA. So I got a little houseboat, and I'm just going to be a hermit, but I will still be working in Los Angeles because I feel like that's all I can really handle right now. Which you'll learn from hearing my mom's episode, but very sensitive person. I like my space. I like to be in more quiet nature, somewhere calming. And that's kind of what I need right now, as much as I appreciate the hustle and bustle of LA and the melting pot that it is. It's just not somewhere that feels like I can like set up a home. And I feel like I've lost a lot of like creative drive because it's just overstimulating here. So I'm excited to be somewhere where I can kind of wake up, have my tea, cook, write, get more ideas, get more inspiration, and then come to LA and do the damn thing. But
it's kind of funny that you say that, because where you lived is like the opposite of that. It's like constant stream of people coming in and out. It's very busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was living in West Hollywood or Hollywood area, and I think I'm glad I did it. I'm glad part of my 20s was being in LA and being in the entertainment business. And I want to continue doing things like maybe even trying comedy at some point. It sucks that everything I love to do for work is in LA, but living wise, I'm someone who I'm from NorCal. I'm a nature girl. I need my trees. I need the beach. I need to be somewhere where I can ground out. And I've tried. I feel like I tried to like find that rhythm here, and it's just not doing it for me right now. But who knows what the future holds.
I like how you need to be in nature so much, so you literally live on top of it now.
I literally am in a boat. Yeah. I was like, I don't know how much more in nature I can get. Maybe a tree house. Yeah.
Also, this is such a selfish question, but ever since you said you're going to Cuba, can I give you money and you pick me up cigars while you're down there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I love cigars, and I've never had a Cuban before.
Right.
And everyone just talks about how like that's the best.
Yeah.
Because I always forget.
Yeah. No, I'll bring you back some.
All right. Awesome.
I'm like, I
think
think
it's
I can
allowed
breathe.
now, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it
okay.
is. I'm
Yeah,
like,
don't
oh,
just get you
right.
arrested.
I'm like, if I make it back, we shall see now.
Okay, so you were talking about how you're moving, and then all I know
yeah.
about that is just from your story. We said you did it in one day, and that sounds insane. Can you tell us that story?
Okay, so yeah, it's more insane that it was yesterday. This all happened yesterday, and now I'm in LA right now recording a podcast. Yesterday, me and my partner wake up around like 6:30, 7 a.m. I make breakfast. I made us some, like, I do a little mixture of aloe vera, chlorophyll, and water. Just like cleanse and hydrate yourself. A few days before, I already packed up the U-Haul by myself. He wasn't here, so I just wanted him to. He flew from where he's living, flew in. We went to bed, woke up, got in the U-Haul, hauled ass on the 5 all the way to the Bay Area, unpacked, put all the stuff in my new spot, and then drove the U-Haul, dropped it off in Oakland, took a flight from Oakland back to Burbank, and then we got to Burbank, and I needed to go check into the Airbnb before grabbing my mom from the airport. So then I just like ordered an Uber and just added like 4 stops and did all of this. And then grabbed my mom. And I don't think I've ever been more exhausted in my life. And after a day like that, it was a lot, but it was great. And he did so well at, like, he drove the whole way, made sure I was fed, kept it just like fun, because doing that by myself would have been just not fun. So I was really appreciative that I had a partner this time to get me to the new spot.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was all happening until you texted me yesterday saying like, hey, can we start a little bit later? Because I was like watching your story and I was like, oh, this is, she just forgot to post this. I didn't realize it was happening
so many
in
people
real
were
time.
like, holy crap.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, I was like, yeah, 100% let's delay the podcast. That sounds miserable.
Yeah. By the time, because in my head, I was like, it'd be better to start early, get done with the day. And then I was like, last night at 10 p.m., I was just like, oh, I am so drained.
Yeah.
So drained. But yeah, now I feel great. Yeah. And I wanted to have time to like take my mom to this like breakfast spot. The Salt's Care in LA. And yeah, it feels like a time warp right now. Like I'm like, what day is it? I actually don't know what day it is. It's Thursday.
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
So don't do that to me. Okay, I can't
I know.
I can't do math at any point.
I know. It's funny. Yeah. In entertainment business, I feel like we just schedule things by the date. I never am like, yeah, Friday, 2 Fridays from now. I'm always like, no, the 19th or that day. I can remember dates. I can't remember days. I never know what day it is. Like,
yeah, I'm not great at that either. What's the process like of buying a houseboat? Like, was that?
Oh, I didn't buy it.
Oh, well,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, okay,
Oh,
yeah.
renting it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, like, I guess finding, because I'm
Finding
assuming
one.
you had
I had a
houseboat.
friend. I had a friend who was moving out of it. And
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was moving out of it back into the city, and I was like, you know what? And I told myself, I'm like, if I, like, it would have to be some opportunity like that would have to arise for me to be like, okay, I want to move out of LA. And then that happened. I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
Like,
all right. I thought, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I didn't, that's why it happened so fast too. It's like I found out, applied for it, talked to the people and saw it and got keys and signed a lease and was just like, this is a cute little spot. I'm excited.
Wow, I could never do that. I need to plan out every like it needs to be like
yeah.
well thought out. And yeah, I thought you
I
were
tend
like
to do that. I tend to make decisions pretty fast and then just be like, well, this is it. I guess this is what we're doing.
I respect that.
So is your partner moving in with you?
No. He's going to stay in his spot. I just want my little safe haven for now. Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Especially when I'm like not working or just shooting content for this page. Like I just want to be somewhere where I'm like, okay, feeling good, feeling grounded.
How do you feel about living with a partner in general? Not necessarily with your current one, but like I mean, at least with me.
Guy.
Well, yeah, just like, yeah, I didn't want you to be like, I don't like the idea, and then it seems like you're talking about him.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No. I actually used to not like the idea until I met him.
Oh, okay.
We coexist really well together, and we travel really well together. It's just communicate really well. The only thing is he doesn't like hair, and I shed a lot, so I'm like, oh, that would be a problem.
Yeah, doesn't every girl shed? I've never.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only thing. So I'm like, okay, you can have your space because I don't want to like mark my territory and get my hair everywhere. But I've only lived with a boyfriend once, like kind of a while ago now. Did not like it. But I also realized I moved pretty fast with this person, and it wasn't the right fit, wasn't the right partner for me. But yeah, so I'm moving real slow now. I haven't actually had a partner since that one because of how much I was like, oh, I don't like feeling trapped. I don't like feeling like, I don't know, like it's work all the time. So after that, I was like, I'm good. I'll be single. And then I met the guy I'm with now. But again, I felt like it was just the wrong time. And he actually had a different partner at the time. So it's just, you're just going to stay friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, so now it's like, wow, we are a good fit.
I
I'm
think
still
it's
going to give it time.
I think it's so cute. I was talking with your mom and how she had mentioned that you made such a great connection with your current partner. And as you just said, just wasn't the right timing.
Yeah.
And apparently he had said the same thing to his mom, that he had met somebody super wonderful and had a great connection with. Were you surprised to hear that?
No, because it was like this feeling. I don't know. It's like I remember being sad. Like I was like, wow, how do you like have such a deep connection with someone and like not do something about it? It was a very weird feeling for me, but yeah, in the end I was like, I don't know. Part of me was like, I think we will come back into each other's orbit if it's really meant to be. And so, yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy feeling. I've only ever had that once, and it was like my last serious relationship, where it was like instantaneous. Like you just feel that connection with someone.
Yeah, it's very. When it's there, it's hard to forget. Also, it's the other thing. I remember like when we reconnected, I was like, I tried to forget you. I tried to, didn't work. So. Yeah, but it's also crazy because after I met him, I remember any time I did try to find some sort of connection with people, it just never, was enough for me. So I was like, it's not Luke. So, yeah.
Do you feel like you had to, with your past relationships, you kind of had to force a connection, and this one's just a lot more natural?
Yeah, it was like any other relationship after from when I was younger. It was more based on like just similar interests, not necessarily chemistry and connecting in that way. Like it feels very effortless with Luke, but it also is like I feel like I don't know, like I'm on his team, he's on my team. Like we got each other's back. And I think I've ever felt that with a partner. So it's like a really nice feeling to be like, and to not, think that it's just all passion and like all that
Yeah.
stuff. It's like, oh no, it's like he's my best friend. He's
Aw.
makes me laugh more than anyone.
And is a genuine support system.
Yeah.
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 That's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really cool. Like this was the first time we got to meet him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He seems like he lives a really interesting life.
He does.
Yeah, it was like
I know. He's like, do you just travel for work?
yeah, it was like unfortunately I'm like really good at finding people.
Yeah.
And then once I got just his
You're
first
like, wait,
name,
what is he?
and then I was like, oh, I feel like I'm being creepy now because he's not a public figure and I'm finding out. I was like, I'm just gonna leave it alone. But
Yeah.
it did just look like that was his job, was just traveling.
Yeah. I mean, it
Yeah.
should be, honestly. I'm surprised, like, more, maybe now, if more people see, maybe some companies will reach out, give him a
Yeah.
brand deal.
Well, one of these trips, you've talked about it before, but you were gonna get a camera. One of the trips, just film him a little bit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. No,
you
for
be
sure.
you take 20%
iPhones
off the
are
top.
also, pretty good. I think I'm going to start doing, like, YouTube vlogs, too.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you'd be great at it.
Yeah. Just so that, and that can also be, like, another, YouTube where I can promote
Yeah,
No Substitutes.
yeah, of course.
But the only thing is, sometimes I'll make like little vlogs, but I usually make them for TikTok, like what I did in my day. And for TikTok, you have to film like this, and for YouTube, you have to film like this.
Yeah.
So I think when we're in Cuba, I'm just gonna do like vlogs like
Yeah,
this
try
the whole
it.
time. I guess also I could just flip. Because I honestly prefer landscape. I think it looks better.
Yeah,
And for TikTok, I know they'll still give you like, they'll still adapt to it. So I'm like, I'll figure it out. And also like for this page, like I like to film things like landscape.
the new cameras, these are at like top of the line, like minimum like $4,000 or $5,000 cameras.
Huh.
They do. There's this new feature called Open Gate where it films in both horizontal and vertical at the same time. So
the
then,
amount of time you would save.
yeah, and then you don't have to like reframe anything. You just it's pretty good. I keep like trying to not spend money. It's like, but
it does that.
Yeah, there's always some new feature. And
Yeah. Maybe once the show starts
we'll
making
get one of those.
stupid money, then we can buy that.
I mean, it's less. So I came in here on Monday and
Oh yeah.
Holly's assistant was there. And then I have like a really bad gossiping problem. So I'm like trying to set up the studio and she's like, hey, do you know so-and-so? And I was like, oh yeah. And then she was like showing me their podcast. And then I'm like, oh, we have such an easy path to success compared to a lot. I was like, I was just like sitting there thinking like, okay, this is gonna work.
Yeah.
Like we're like doing better than people that have like 5 million Instagram followers.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I'm super grateful. Yeah.
They have no idea what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yeah. So those cameras maybe aren't too far off.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
us,
I'm like, I mean, that's a lot, but it's not like, I don't know. I'm like, I know people who be spending like 25,000 on stuff, you know, for just, again, like just vlogs.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I would buy something like that for vlogs, but also for here, and especially like so when we can do it for reels, and then also like
Yeah, and
just
then
the YouTube.
Yeah, I think
So that you're not having to edit each thing.
Yeah. I'm so glad that I was able to, that we were like so in sync with a lot of things, especially one of the things was just like spending money.
Yeah.
Because so many people are like, no, we need to spend $20,000 right off the bat.
No,
and I was like, it doesn't do anything. Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to help you.
Even
And-
yeah.
Yeah, and then even now, it's like, okay, we didn't spend a lot of money. And look, I'm trying not to be mean, but we're like literally doing better than people who I know have spent $10,000 just to get right out the gate.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, see?
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. Exactly. Well, any more questions?
Let's see. Who? So we know like some of the guests that like already agreed to be on the podcast. That we're just like waiting to build up a little bit more,
Right.
making sure we got everything, good.
Right.
But before we have them on, who are someone that like? What's like a dream guest for you?
Dream guest.
Yeah.
Whoa. Let's see. I mean, Anthony Bourdain, but he's not
well-
here. That if I could choose,
Yeah, we'll
dead
get
or
a
alive,
seance in. We'll like a
Dead or
Ouija board them in.
I guess next best thing would be like Eric Rupert. He's a
Okay.
French chef.
What do you think
I
about?
would want to have like a top chef like on here. Eric Rupert, Marco White, or what's her
Marco,
name?
is that
Alice-
even possible? Marco White, does he
Probably
do?
not.
Yeah.
Or Alice Waters.
Marco White, that was Gordon Ramsay's
I think
chef,
so.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, I don't know if you ever saw that interview, because apparently he made Gordon Ramsay cry. And then he says,
So he's
yeah, in the
reason.
interview, he says that he didn't make Gordon cry. Gordon chose to cry.
Oh,
I was like, that is the most brutal thing I've ever heard.
yeah. That's why I'm like, it's different. It's different in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I've had grown men have to yell at me, but I'm not. I'm also choosing to be in that environment.
Yeah.
Choosing to.
Do you know Maddie Mathis? I can always mess up his last name.
Yeah. Or I don't know him, but
Yeah.
that'd be a great guest
I have
too.
really good connections with them. So I'm gonna
That'd
try.
be amazing.
But I didn't now that he's on the Bear and
Yeah.
stuff, like I don't know how easy it is.
Yeah.
But I do have pretty good connections with
Okay.
them. Yeah.
Pull some strings.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think that was good.
Yay.
Do you have any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. Let's see. Just want to say again, thank you for supporting me. And I wouldn't get to do this if it wasn't for you guys. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for you guys and this career that I've built. And I just hope it keeps going the pace it's going because I'm very happy with what I do. So thank you. Awesome.